Next on Vlogging with Jen.
Have you heard about all this stuff going on with Derrick Jaxn?
I can't even like deal with all this stuff that's going on. First time I felt like I smelled something on you, and I was like, okay, I didn't know.
The stench of sin.
So we fade in the rhythm.
Hey girl.
So, have you heard about all this stuff going on with Derrick Jaxn?
I'm triggered.
That is your
Girl, yeah, I heard about that. Like I can't even like deal with all this stuff that's going on. And honestly, I don't speak on anyone else's relationship, especially not a marriage, because it's none of my business. But I can say that I've been in those type of situations before, and it's always hard deciding whether or not to stay or leave.
You have no thoughts at all about it?
Here's my thing. Here's what I'll say. Okay, here's what I'll say. You may not necessarily put yourself out there or give yourself the title of a relationship guru or a guru of any kind. However, when you kind of go from watching videos and giving your overall opinion to selling things, and now I'm paying for your opinion or I'm paying for your services, you better believe that you're a guru at that point. You're at a different standard because I expect you to be speaking from a different level than the general public. Now I'm paying you for your opinion and your services and your advice. Gotta do better. Sorry. Anyway, so I'm gonna go to Indianapolis this weekend because I want to be there for mom and dad's book review. I also want to talk to them about the blog a little bit. I actually wrote a blog. I came out with my website and everything last week, and I came out with a blog called Looking for Daddy. And this is kind of why, because again, I've been in these situations before, and with me being newly single and heading back out into the dating world at some point, not now, okay, slowly rolls, I needed to be able to walk through some of the traumas and things that I have dealt with so that I can avoid making the same decisions. And one of those places I had to go back to was my dad. It did, isn't that crazy? Like literally after the blog came out.
Oh, gotcha.
So my blog came out like on Friday it came out on Friday, I think. Or no, it came out like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then by that weekend, everything had already like come out. But this is why I wrote it, because I'm trying to avoid stuff like this as much as possible. So I'm gonna go and try to support them with that. Get an idea of how they like really think about the blog, because I definitely talked to them about it before doing it, but I haven't really like talked to them about it like after it came out. Like I asked them what they thought, and they were like, oh, it's really, really good. But they didn't really tell me what they really thought about it. We'll see what they say.
1, 2, 3. Road trip! Are you excited? Yeah. You want to paint?
I want to paint.
Okay, we can look at painting. I'm good with that.
He brought it.
You know we got new phase 2.
Phase 10 cards. All right, so we phase 10 in. We just got done with a very successful book review. The Turnaround, a restoration story. So my parents are doing a book review for their brand new book, The Turnaround, a restoration story, where they kind of chronicle and tell their story of how they, were apart and how they got, restored. And they've been restored and they've been back together for about 25 years. So they are definitely qualified to write this book. Now they have an online counseling service called Lifestyle Solutions where they help other people overcome addictions and also help other couples get through some of their hardships if divorce is not the answer for them. Listen, you can't redo a whole book review. You done did it. It's over. So what happened was, I think it was a good 8 out of 10. It was cool. You know, I felt like it had good engagement.
You think we gotta get better?
I think it was just the production, which was me.
But your face.
Well, you said the story.
It was me. And just a couple hiccups on the words, but it wasn't like, you know, that bad. Okay,
I
now.
loved it. That was really, that was priceless.
Oh, me doing a screen flip by accident? Yeah, I was helping to coordinate my parents live. They did a live book review. And yeah, I don't know how to work my mom's Android, so I accidentally flipped the screen toward me in the middle of the review. I was like, oh, my bad, let's turn the camera on. But I'm really proud of them. It was a success. Glad to support, right, Mercy? Glad to support them. They supported me with my blog. Let's see if it comes up in conversation this weekend. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen. But we gonna roll with it. Okay. So our family likes to get together and play games. So whenever I go visit my family or we're all together, we are playing something. We're playing charades, we're playing spades, Monopoly, phase 10. We playing something. So this time we're getting to a little bit of phase 10, and I figured that was probably the best time to have the conversation when we're a little bit more relaxed, we're laughing, we're eating. It's not like this weird like, hey, what you think about me going online and bashing you type of thing. You ain't got it?
And you ain't gon' get it.
You ain't got it.
I don't care. I just want it.
I can't walk
30,
away.
40, 55. I'm still
As
on
you probably can tell, the 5 heartbeats is a staple.
Okay, hold on. What did you have,
It's a
Tom?
Run of 8, G.I. and his not he.
I'm still in a run of 9.
Here's not Little Scrappy. How can Little Scrappy rub off on anybody?
He rubbed off on you because
I'm telling you.
ever since then, I could have
I
sworn,
thought it was
you
funny.
slipped it in a couple of your sermons. Just
He
a
probably
couple.
did. He's naive.
His naive. Welcome to the house of the Lord, and his naive of the Lord. No.
He did sleep in it. He slept in there somewhere, I'm
Somewhere.
sure. Trying to call the paparazzi on my.
What's the word?
I should put out that.
What's the word? I'm not going to tell you.
Looking
the
like
word,
wealth.
but I'm a final
Paparazzi on myself.
So, thoughts about my blog? I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but we didn't get a chance to.
No, well, what would you like to know? Just, you know,
Just like,
open it up.
even though we
Play your hand, Robert.
well, I'm gonna play my hand now. Even though we talked about it before I kind of put it out, was there anything that took you by surprise or?
Ooh, didn't y'all remember those kids?
Yeah, we still talk
Skip
about that.
Carolyn.
Ah! We still
That just helped soften the blow that it was your dad.
did it.
You just took your. I was trying to take your mind off of who the real visit was going to be, because I didn't want to tell you it was your dad, because I didn't know how you guys felt about him coming back, you know, again. So
Now, here's what surprised me about it, is the fact that
he just,
it was that big of a surprise to him, because I had been coming around.
Were you?
I believe so. Because I was looking at your blog, I was kind of confused.
Trying to piece it together, and I feel like I remember you.
I wasn't going. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. It was when ironically, these situations happened same time of the year, and they would happen every 2 years or something.
is that your
Like holiday or something, or?
It wasn't a holiday. It was around your
It
mother's
was
birthday.
just in the summertime, between August, September, October,
Right.
basically.
But that's not
in the
Joe's
fall. Joe was born in March, so he had already did like September, October.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I don't have to put this in here, but is there a reason why it was like the same time of year? Like, did something happen?
You know what? We kind of talked about it, but I don't think we really examined it.
wasn't really
one
something.
thing we do know, that was the same time my dad died. So, I mean, and I didn't never look at it
Your
as
turn,
being like the
Jennifer.
same time my dad passed, because wasn't looking for an excuse for my actions.
Yeah. Because that was happening before he.
Well, not that time of year. Before I went to Teen Challenge, it was just kind of crazy for those years.
Got it.
Then after that, it
when
started,
it
it was like
yeah.
a battle, you know.
Yeah.
You be, like I say, I was a minister at that time, so I had to have
So you had already gone
I had
through.
to have been straight 2, 3, 4
Yeah.
years for
Yeah.
a while.
That makes sense. Beans. So nothing really took you guys necessarily. Why? Why? Who be
That's the
handling
kind of
these
storm.
cars?
5, 7. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
So now, let's
10,
see.
20.
25, 30.
Hold on, count them one at a
40.
time. I want to see
25,
each
30,
one.
35,
No,
40,
one at a
45,
time.
50, 55, 60.
Let me see that.
Go ahead.
And you don't
See
be
how
like,
petty Betty.
my name ain't Betty, Petty Freddy, maybe.
Petty
So
Freddy.
you're still on
And
7.
those situations would happen, and your mother just brought it back to my remembrance. She would say,
We're all on 7.
what you used to say, Carol, what you gonna do? Man of God.
Throw it back in the face.
No, you gotta walk that walk. Just don't talk that
Come on, come on, man of God.
Don't just talk the talk. You gotta walk the walk. Jennifer's talking about probably happened before you went to your challenge, before we got divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that would be.
Because I remember it being a problem. Like whenever he came home, whenever he came home, I don't know, it was late. I do remember that. I think that was the first time I felt like I smelled something on you, and I was like, okay, he's just different. You know what I mean? But I didn't know
The
what
stench
it
of
really
sin.
was. Not quite that. Not quite that.
Close enough. I mean, you know, sin comes in many forms. So just being
Sorry.
around people, you know, using and stuff.
Yeah.
It just, you know, it's an atmosphere. Drinking,
You want to pick
smoking.
a card? Yeah.
I'm working on it.
I'm on 2 or 4. Right?
Everybody's on the same.
Yes, you can definitely
2
skip
sets of
daddy.
Everybody's on the same thing here.
I'll get you a cookie.
Not until later.
Did she tell you not to touch nothing?
See.
I didn't touch
Yeah, but you
now,
put
they are
you
now
put your
down by
hand
2
up in
points.
front.
Are you serious?
I didn't touch the phone with my hand. I was just showing them my tablet.
Oh, you were showing them your tablet? Thank you, baby. You're such a good sharer.
See, Papa, I wasn't doing anything, touching it wrong.
And she just said that she feels like it'll help a lot of people. And she was like, girl, you reading my business. Like when I shared her like the stuff that I realized I was kind of not really looking for, but the type of people I was attracted to. Like people who were hurting and how it was hard for me to set boundaries and not hurt people. So especially men. When men get upset or sad, it just tugs a certain part because I didn't like to see my dad that way. So it's like I hate seeing men like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
And
that
you learn they caused it.
exactly. I just want to thank you guys for being supportive because it's not like, you know, like I said, it's not like I was trying to beat a dead horse. And I know you guys have already, you shared your story through your book and a lot of different messages. But I needed to pour that out for myself. And I was telling somebody, it was like, it almost felt like my entire thought process was on display. And I had to almost dismantle some of it and replace it with the game. I had to kind of take it apart to put it back together, you know. So I know we talked about it before the blog. Really, some people were like, "Oh, did your dad know you wrote that?" Because I was kind of calling him a duper. I was like, "Yeah,
that was kind of deep.
I'm sorry.
I was duped and a duper was sitting right. Wow.
Sorry."
Don't be sorry, because
Well,
that's
no, I'm
how
not
you
sorry. 'Cause
felt.
that's how I felt. I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
you lost the ball.
I felt like, why should I have to be excited that my own dad?
You were just disappointed because there wasn't no cheering.
And I was mad. I was like, how's she gonna say there were some kids? But I didn't, I understood the position you were in at the same time. You were afraid of how we were gonna react? You didn't think we'd be happy?
No, I was like, I don't know how they're gonna. So let me just soften this and just say, you know what? There's some kids that's gonna be coming. That way they'll be more excited about the kids. I said, if your daddy coming, y'all be like, well, where he been? What he been doing? And all through school, just would have been, just all through school thinking about your dad sitting here.
Yeah.
So I was like, just
That's true.
just tell him that.
I mean, we already were, but at least it
Different.
took our mind off of them.
It did.
It took our mind off of them, and I was like, all right, cool, we have something else to look forward to. I don't gotta
Instead of where
think
your dad,
about that
instead of
right
coming
now.
home, like where your dad at? If I would
And
have
I
said,
think that was like somewhat the disappointing part, because my mind, I felt like I could have an escape, something good to look forward to.
yeah.
And then it was, I was stepping away, I was like, man.
Then all the questions all over.
But
again.
I was still happy to see you.
Well, that's good to know.
Always happy to see my dad. Always happy to see
Scrunchies.
my daddy.
Those are my kids.
Those are my kids.
Because, you know, we do look forward to dealing with a lot of family restoration, you know, because it is deeper than, you know, people look and say, oh, they're just so grateful that, you know, this dad is home. But these kids have been through all this, you know, trauma and stuff.
Yeah. It was the, deep down it was like the back and forth. It was the inconsistency. It was the wondering, you know, did I do something to say something? You know, even though you kind of figure it's not your fault, but you deal with that.
Everybody said it, but who really believed it?
Yeah,
know-
I mean,
Because somebody also said that my husband was already there.
Uh-oh.
There was a visitor or
Uh-oh.
something. And I was like, they were trying to introduce me to somebody or something. I was like, oh, okay.
as a matter of fact, when I went to church, and the first Sunday I went there and I sat in the pulpit, somebody said, God don't sent my husband.
See?
Oh, Lord. I do admire you for believing so long. I don't know where your hope came from, because she wasn't giving you no kind of hope.
You know, I don't either. I guess when
Down some water.
Girl!
you got a bottle of water over there, Mercy,
Like your mama.
Mercy,
Girl!
go look over there. You got two.
Not in front of the... Right here. Move.
I'll go get it.
That's my child. That's my baby! Anyway, I admire you for believing so long. Again, because I do not know where your hope would have come
That
from.
one scripture he just talked about the other day.
Yeah. You shall recover all?
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, and you know, and even to expound on that, it was something. Like I say, I was down there with Charles.
I
and
think it's your turn.
Yeah, oh, okay, I was preaching again, and I had 2 jobs. And I was actually at a gas station. I was working at a convenience store at night. Then I was working at a call center in the daytime.
Oh, wow.
And I was at work, and I would listen at this old country radio station, Alabama radio station, an old white guy. And I'd just be listening at it, and he started telling the story of David. One thing I do appreciate about being in Alabama, everybody, regardless of a lot of stuff was happening, they was always talking about the word. Always. The guys I was around was always talking about the word.
Now, Mom, how did you know he was the one for...
First time we dated.
For a while.
That's how I knew.
At least you're not going to cook
How
for
did
me.
you know? You dated for a while, but...
Well, if you date somebody for a while, you know that they're the one that that you want to marry. That was the first time. The second time, God told me he was my husband. So that's the difference. That's what happened. The first time we dated and we knew that we wanted to get married. The second time, God said it.
How do you know that?
How do I know he said it?
Yeah,
Do you know God's voice?
I do.
Then that's how I know he said it, because I know God's voice.
Was that the same voice you heard the first time?
I didn't say God. I said the first
My
time we
voice looked
decided
like-
we wanted to get married.
Got it.
My voice
We
looked like...
prayed, but it wasn't like we had to seek the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
The Lord.
Is everybody's story just different, or would you recommend how you heard from God the second time
Everybody-
compared to the first time?
Everybody's story is different. But if you know God's voice and you pray, then you're going to know it's God's voice.
Got it.
You know, it's kind of like, I used to hear people say, I know in my knower.
I know in my knower.
In my knower, that's like your spirit. I know in my knower. It's a kind of a saying that people would say. Here's one way that I knew something was I couldn't just let it go.
When the first time or the second time?
Oh, well, the first time, it wasn't about letting it go.
What is happening here?
All the same color.
No.
That's what she said.
One
She
set
said,
of 5 and one set of 2.
I thought it was the set with numbers, not colors.
she said
When you have
color.
a run of 9, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But every time we did a set at the beginning of the game,
Or a set of 5 colors. The set of 5 numbers.
it's a set of 5 numbers.
Right, the set of 5 numbers and a set of 2 numbers.
But he ain't got
She told me a set of 5
We
colors.
did this last time.
I'm just saying, she just told me a set of 5
Come on now.
and a set of 2.
Look.
That's what she said.
We have
Pick up them cards.
No,
we're
no.
gonna deal it over. We're
No,
gonna
you
deal
gotta
it
deal it over. You gotta deal it over.
No. Be wrong information.
Papa, I'm
At least.
sorry, but you're out.
That's
Thank
what
you,
I'm
Mercy.
saying. Say you sorry for giving me wrong information.
I'm sorry for the information that you didn't understand.
That's wrong information. Come on now.
Did you kind of get that last point? It was like, could not,
But that's...
couldn't just couldn't, you know, it was like, I wasn't at peace.
Yeah.
No matter what I was doing,
Yeah.
I wasn't at peace. Now, when I finally went back to Team Challenge, and I began to minister, I began to get some peace, but I didn't have like personal
Peace, yeah.
Well, I want to say about the blog, I'm glad that you found your daddy so that you can find yourself.
Yes.
I think that's so important for you to find yourself.
everyone really needs is the love that I've seen I've seen from all my kids, and not saying that you guys have shown any more love, but by writing what you've written, you and Chrissy, I see how much y'all love me.
Yes.
I mean, I see that, and it's like, in spite of,
Mommy, I'm gonna have to.
you know, that's amazing.
Yeah.
4. I am
Alright,
on
let's
a
get
totally
this game
different
on
set.
top
I'm 2
because,
sets of 4.
We gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
How do you think the conversation went?
Overall, I felt like the conversation went really good. They were really open and receptive to everything that I had to say, and you know, they answered my questions. Some of them I just kind of like let go because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get any more out of them right now. But I really appreciate them having that conversation with me and supporting me with that. So thanks, Mom and Dad and Mercy, for just answering my questions and being supportive on my journey. So that's pretty much what I got going on. It was a fun trip. It was a lot of good conversation. I hope you all enjoyed it. Different type of format, right? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And you know, I'm hoping next time it'll be, you know, a little bit cool. Are we done? Okay, cool. Cool.